which that nether orb does that kind of damage. So that's it for this area. So we did just get our first fire. So what we're going to do is we're going to warp up here and burn some vines. We'll go ahead and put our pyro ring on here. So you now see our eye orbs are surrounded in fire, which means they will burn vines like these. And there are petrified vines in the present era that are analogs to those vines that will now be gone, and I'll be able to get the treasure chest that's behind them. Okay, so speaking of scary rooms, anytime you have to go down, it gets a little scary. And these rats, you kind of have to bait them into moving the way you want them to. Yep! Oh, I saw that coming a mile away. Okay, 3 deaths. I think I have a strategy for that. I have Frozen Spires, the spell that I have that makes ice cubes, and it actually attacks downward, which, like, not a lot of stuff attacks downward in this game. So I might use that to my advantage. So there's 2 rats gone, and we can just kill this guy. Actually, this is the economizer ring. We're going to put that on. Yeah, the rats are also dropping sunglasses, which is pretty funny if you just like try and visualize it in your head. Wow, they're like really dropping sunglasses. Okay, so going up is marginally less scary, but there's a rat up here that sometimes he jumps and sometimes he doesn't. This guy right here. Okay, he jumped this time. Sometimes you're expecting him to jump and then he doesn't jump, and then you die because of it. Really, really like time stop, or even vertical movement. Something that just gives me a way that I don't have to like stop and like think about all of these enemies. Perfect. Okay. Can't get that treasure chest because we don't have vertical movement. Atheist, I'm recording a VOD for a marathon submission. There we go. That gives us a lot of access that we didn't have before. That's the first security key card that we actually can use for something. But yeah, I'm doing like, it's sort of like a tutorial, more just like trying to be informational because since it's a marathon thing, like I'll probably be in a position where I might have to do my own commentary. That's the last of the vines, so we don't need our pyro ring on there anymore. We're going to put that star back on. Also, we're going to grab the save point and collectively exhale. You know, we still don't have any verticals, so I don't want to fight that Raven Lord at Cantor, and so let's go to the present again. And we just burned those vines, so let's get... Whoops. Gotta go to the present. There we go. Let's get the stuff that's behind the vines. There's still going to be 1 chest that we can't get because we don't have vertical. But we might get vertical here. There's quite a few checks that we can get. Including 2 that only show up after you defeat that boss that was in that foggy area that I needed the gas mask for. All right. Don't like that. There we go. Same thing. Moving downwards is not great. But we do have a spell that does attack downwards and a ring that makes our spells cost less. So I don't like that setup. Let's try it again. Just make sure they die. Get another lab coat we didn't really need. And going up this way stinks because These springs just, again, don't really behave how you want them to all the time. They're the first enemy you encounter in the vanilla game, and they are one of the scariest. Speaking of scary, okay, I need to move. Oh, geez. Okay, go, 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 go. So these are called meteor sparrows. I'm going to pause to wipe my sweaty hands off. Those are called meteor sparrows, and they follow you in an incredibly scary and fast way. What did I even pick up? I wasn't even paying attention because I was trying not to die. That was the Eternal Coat. Okay, best armor in the game. In terms of DPS, kind of like only barely better than the lab coat, but it's something. Thank you. Yeah, the bird statue. Okay, thank you. The bird statue stops you from having the chaos affliction, which makes it so it drains your sand, and once you're out of sand, you can't stop time. Get away from me. Once you're out of sand, you can't stop time. But again, you only get that affliction if you get hit by something. And if I get hit by something, then I just immediately die because I have 1 HP. And we did get the blue orb, which almost died. Is the first orb you get in the vanilla game. It's fine, but it's just kind of like strictly worse than that nether orb I was using earlier. Okay, let's warp just to be safe. Warp over to the library where we were. We bought our warp shards the first time. Since we have the D card, we have 3 chests we can get here. We also like the library because it doesn't have any enemies in it. And here we are, still without any vertical movement or time stop. That's all right. So here's the first time we're going to the right here. We're on this conveyor belt. There's going to be a bunch of copters here. They're going to fly directly over my head, except there's one of them that won't fly directly over my head, and it's that one. So you kind of have to stop and let him fly over your head. What we're going to do is we're actually going to run through the bottom area here so we can pick up this teleport on our map and use it later. Plus there's a couple items here. Alright, let's just backtrack to the other side. Alright, well, we're just gonna... Yeah. We're gonna grab this. This is a security keycard C. This is the first check that gives us. Also, this is a save point that I literally never use unless I'm playing on 1 HP mode. Alright, these cat Roombas are really scary because sometimes... Ooh, get away from me. Alright, sometimes they just accelerate in ways that I wasn't predicting. A lot of items in this tower that we're climbing here, and hopefully one of them is our vertical movement or our time stop. That's not it. That is a royal ring. It is a pink item, which is good for 1 door in the game. And the royal ring's not bad if you don't already have the economizer ring. What it does is it increases the rate at which your aura regenerates, which is nice if you have to cast a lot of spells. But we do have the economizer ring. So, ooh, okay. Scary K. All right. My entire rhythm for that room was just all off. I should have reset it. Okay, well, we know now that there's nothing in this tower that we care about yet. So you can just climb on up. Okay, let's try this room again. come on! That's a hard disagree. Hard disagree for me. I probably won't need the Royal Ring. I have the Plasma Geyser spell, which will do just fine for my pink item if I need to open that door. Okay. One more time. I guess, you know what? No. No, I'm just going to be stubborn about it. There. It's that easy. All you have to do is not get hit. Alright, so here's another little bit of a scary room. I guess with the eye orb it's not so bad because it has like a vertical range a little bit. But if you don't have one of those spiders that are on the ceiling, you kind of have to jump to hit them and they might fall on you. Alright, and here's another weird room. I'm gonna just do this. I just want to make sure. You know? I just want to make sure they die. There's going to be another one of those Roombas over here. See, he's like right there, and it's really scary. Oh boy. Kobo. Okay, so that's another familiar. Yeah. That opens up an optional boss. So right now, I'm kind of in a situation where my progression is between two boss fights, one of which I already know I don't want to do, and the other one is this very high HP, very high-powered spot that we're going to go see and hope that it's just like a really free boss. Because otherwise we're in trouble. There are a few bosses that could be here that aren't so bad. So I'm not sweating it yet. Plus, there's like an item right here that's going to have my vertical movement. Or a potion. Whoa. Okay. Good try. Good try, everybody. We're going to do that again. This is probably not good. We're gonna give it a go, though. Spot. Oh shoot, I had eye orb on. Okay, we need this one. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I can jump that. I don't think this is possible, so looks like we're gonna go have to try that other boss then. The Adventures of 1 HP mode. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do except for this. Here we go. And I'm dead. All right, good start. This is possible. The other one I don't think is possible. This one is possible. Yeah, I need vertical movement. I need vertical movement for that Havoc. Geez. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing I can do in the Gyre. The only thing I have left in the past is this. The only thing I have left in the present is Kobo. Check. This might not be a beatable seed. And this is why, if we're doing 1 HP mode during a marathon, we have somebody vet it for us. Because I don't know if this is a seed that I would play during a marathon, which means this VOD, I should probably just cut this VOD, honestly. I should say that this is a no-go and let's just start over. Stay over here so I don't get grabbed. Okay. One phase down. If we're careful, we can win this fight. I just wish it was closer to a save point. If we're careful, we can win this fight. I mean, I guess I could go to the other save point, but then it takes longer to get there. Whatever, it's fine. Spikes, I'm dead. You miss one jump. Everything just falls apart. I think we should just start over. Let's call this a no-go and start over. Doop, doop. Yeah, so I was thinking, the reason Ravenlord's even in this seed is because I was thinking it might be a donation incentive. But this is the kind of stuff you can run into. So that's why we need to vet the seeds out before we play them. I'll have Waffle do it or something. He reached like 20 feet for that. I thought I was plenty far away. Eh. So what makes this hard is that at any point, Ravenlord can just like reach out and grab you. And throw me against a wall, which does 1 damage. And there is our succubus hairpin, which allows us to double jump. I am going to warp directly to the library. Just make this a no-doubter. And we are going to save. And now let's go do a whole bunch of stuff that we couldn't do earlier. Which includes 2 of the bosses that are in the past that I didn't beat. I did beat the one that was behind that cage of bone that it looked like. Whew, okay. Here we go. The seed is officially online. Just need to make sure I don't die to this giantess. There we go. Make sure I don't die to an arrow in the back. Or an arrow in the face. Or a fireball in the face. Yes, Havoc, exactly. Alright, so we've already done things that were way too hard for our level. Missed my jump input there. So everything, theoretically, should be pretty alright from here on out. In fact, if I wanted to go beat that other boss that I couldn't beat earlier, I'd be able to do it. Oh my gosh, whatever. Alright, and a Bleak Ring, which is pretty good on 1 HP mode. What the Bleak Ring does is the more, like, your higher your hit combo goes, the more damage you do. At the expense of everything also deals more damage to you. But I've got 1 hit point. Everything kills me in 1 hit regardless of how much damage I'm doing. So it's like a really good ring that has 0 downside to it. Okay, so here's the one door in the game that it matters that we have a pink item. So I'm going to go ahead and temporarily equip this Plasma Geyser and unequip it and never use it again. Alright, and that is our Celestial Sash, which is our infinite vertical movement. I can now up dash and jump as many times in the air as I want to now. So that's fun. Great seed. No notes. Great seed, no notes. Okay, we still don't... we're going to reset this room. We still don't have any time stop, which is a bummer. But hopefully we find it in the tower here. Yeah, no, I think that's why I kept going. Because I was like, listen, the seed isn't going to get much worse than this. In fact, the seed is almost definitely going to be way better than this. Alright, well there's our last warp that we got out of the Unchained Keys. It's to a place we've already been, because we've already been everywhere. In the past, anyway. And here's our other shop. We're going to definitely go ahead and restock on warp shards. Unfortunately, didn't see any aura replenishing items in the shop, which is obviously what you want in a seed where you don't have any reason to heal. Ooh, okay. So we're going to set up our Shattered Orb on this. Hey, Phil.
The task is simple. Don't get hit. Easy game.
Thanks, Fu. We're going to set up our Shattered Orb on one of our loadouts here, specifically because if we are going to be using the Bleak Ring, the Shattered Orb has a lot of hits. And Bleak Ring, like I said before, works off of what your current hit combo is. So we can really start piling up the damage on some of these bosses. So this is another boss that was added via donation incentive. It's called Cantorin, and he is the boss that goes in the place that had that Ravenlord boss that I fought earlier. And there's our light wall. It's unfortunately minus, so it's not going to help us very much, but that would be another option for vertical movement if we needed it. Hey, Bodhi! Bodhi, thank you for the raid. I am in the middle of recording a VOD that, as Ducky said, is good that we had because we can point to it and say, hey, this is the worst a seed could possibly go. Everything's going to be better than this. And as I say that, we get the wheel, which finally allows us to stop time. Bodhi, what do you know about a required Ravenlord at Cantorin? That's what we've had to deal with in this seed. To get our succubus hairpin. I did it. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. Oh, okay. Well, I gotta go get that wheel again. Oh yeah, also I had no vertical to fight the Ravenlord. Or time stop, yeah. Okay, let's go get that wheel again. Okay, we have the wheel, so we're just going to stop time and not get hit by any of these dudes. Alright. You know what? Maybe shouting I am so bad at this game in my VOD submission is probably not the best idea. Anyway, we're going to go to the library and do a safety save here. What's up, Planeswater? Oh, okay. So we are almost in go mode now. We just need 2 pieces of the time spinner, the 2 gears. I am going to do kind of one of my pet checks here, which is the Bombardier's chest. This is kind of like an isolated chest that's out on its own, and you kind of have to backtrack to get to it, and it's a huge hassle. But, like, it's money all the time, and there we have the best spell in the game, in my opinion. We're just going to go ahead and put that on all of our loadouts. And actually, hold on. I have to put Frozen Spires back on one of them. Where's my economizer one? Okay, we'll put Frozen Spires on this one because what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Ancient Pyramid here. We're going to backtrack and snag this save. One of these sets of enemies that have a lot of HP are actually weak to ice, so... Well, I have Eye Orb, and they're weak to Sharp, too. Don't fight these dudes. Screw them. Okay, so yeah, that's good. Bonus of being able to access this area early is these things give like 1 billion experience points. This is the literal end game. The downside is that, well, I have 1 hit point. Doesn't really matter. There we go. Doesn't really matter what level I am. I still have 1 hit point. But it's fine. We have enough. We have enough damage per second that we can deal with it. Just take this a little slow. And let's hop down this gigantic pit and see what's down here. I'll tell you what is down here, a save point. Alright, so this is a prime area to save scum. We're going to go through this area, kill some stuff, check this treasure chest, and if it doesn't have anything, then we just exit out. And it doesn't really have anything, so we're just going to exit out. Leaving that area is a lot harder than entering it. You can zoom up past those green dudes that I was zooming up past earlier, but there are platforms that stop your descent. We're just going to... Okay, well, that's fine. We're just going to try this again. There are platforms that stop your descent, so it's not as easy to go down as it is to go up. Now this is fun. Hopefully I don't screw it up. Just jump over these dudes. See ya. Alright, so this is the good part of this. It's a teleporter that we can use to just kind of get right to the very end. We do only have one more treasure chest here, but if it has one of our time spinner gears, then this was kind of worth it. Oh, and here we go. This is our first flooded area. We are using the Rising Tides flag, which adds water to areas that don't typically have water. So this means that our final two bosses are going to be underwater, which is just so exciting. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and backtrack through these Caves of Banishment again, because there are all of those spots that I said earlier have items that we couldn't get because we didn't have vertical. Let's go ahead and switch to bombardment now. Great. Now that we do have time stop, though, it makes these vines a lot less dangerous, but the poison spores will still just one-shot me. Whoa! Stop time, please. There we go. A lot of this is less stressful when you have time stop and the double jump. We are still looking for like one more item called the glass pumpkin, which like drastically extends how long you can stop time for. You can just like go through entire stages of the game without unfreezing time. Okay. So yeah, a lot of the stuff that we would be otherwise killing or baiting, we would instead be... We're instead just going to freeze time and run past them. We didn't get anything required out of there. So what we're going to do next, I suppose, is go towards military hangar in the lab. What we're going to do is we're going to save first, and then we're going to go to the military hangar in the lab. And I'll tell you what. Let's put Frozen Spires back on. I keep unequipping it, and then I find reasons to actually use it. We're going to go ahead and use... We're going to do the gyre while we're here. Hey, I almost died there. That was fun. I need that slime to drop. Thank you! Why won't they drop? Okay. So each of these rooms are going to be filled with enemies that want to kill me! And I have to full clear these rooms. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez! I have to full clear the rooms or else the door on the other side doesn't open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to not do that. We're going to do something else. We're just going to run right past it. Since we do have time stop, that is in logic. It wouldn't otherwise be in logic. We want to make sure that you have time stop because there is an enemy that can spawn in there that is only vulnerable if time is stopped. In fact, he only really ever properly appears once time is stopped, and he will scare the bejesus out of you. Ah, okay. Other thing about 1 HP mode is sometimes you're in midair and picking up an item will stop all of your momentum. And you die because of it. Something else you have to watch out for. Alright. I thought once I got to the late game I would not have to worry about all the deaths. But apparently I was wrong. But yeah, I was coming out of that that toast message, like mashing B to try and stop time in time, but it didn't quite work. that save. Still looking for 2 gears. Another thing I'm kind of looking for is, yep. Thought I had more sand than that. That's fine. Another thing I'm looking for is the tablet, because of the same reasons that I kind of didn't want to go to the places that had items that I needed double jump to get. There's a lot of items that are behind the tablet in this upcoming area called the lab that I don't really want to abandon and have to backtrack and get. So hopefully the tablet's right here. It's not. Whatever, I'll pick it up. So yeah, unless we get the tablet in the lab, we are probably going to have to go to the lab twice. Which is a bit scary because there are enemies here that that aren't affected by time stop. I was half expecting there to be a gear there. We can peek that item and see if we need to defeat the optional boss that's there. It's just a mini boss, but it's very dangerous on 1 HP mode because it is difficult. There's a gear. It's very difficult to dodge his first attack. The plus side being that he has very low HP, but you know, if he gets the first hit on you, you're dead. So we did get a gear. It was powering the lab, so that's good. Need to get out of this room before those lasers kill me. All right. There's the tablet. Okay, well, we'll probably proceed as usual and then just ride back in. Since we only really need one more piece of the time spinner, there's no use doing a whole bunch of backtracking when there's a bunch of items in front of us still. We are going to save here because that merchant crow that I picked up earlier opens up a boss that I can fight that has very, very late game, post game actually, stats. And so hopefully it's not that bad. All right, it's not that bad. We're just gonna have to be super careful. Yeah, we're fine. So this is one of the 2 final bosses in the game. He is currently at a post-game area, but the plus side is we have like 1 billion damage per second, and he spends a lot of time not attacking you. And there's our final gear, so it was required. The awkward thing right now is I don't believe I can warp shard out until the power in the lab is because I powered down the lab. I can't warp out, so what we're going to do is we're just going to leave on foot. Yeah, the dream here is we get the final boss of the game as the first boss of the game. He's a robot cat, affectionately named Boots, after a cat that voice acted said boss. So, right, going and grabbing that portal is paying off because now we can just zoom right to the final boss here. Grab this save point, make sure our sand fully refills before we go through this door. Okay, so this is a free boss. Because there's a spot you can just chill here and hit him a bunch, and he can't hit you back. So that was a good first final boss. Possible thanks to your donation incentive. It's one of those temporal gyre bosses. Okay, so this is one that we have to be really, really careful. It's actually a very easy boss. If you don't have to worry about never getting hit. So, what you hopefully don't see is that. Exactly what happened there is what you hope you don't see. Shut up, Yarno! We do have frozen spires, so... we're probably gonna use that so we can keep our distance a little bit better. But yes, this boss is really not that difficult if you're not underwater and not on 1 HP mode. If you can run around, you have enough movement really to dodge this attack. But if you're underwater, it's very difficult to dodge that attack. And this is like his final like halfway point attack, and we're done. That was scary, but we did it. Okay, cool. That was Time Spinner Randomizer 1 HP mode. Heck of a seed. Let's run it back, I guess. That was our first take. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. Ravenlord at Cantorin was the only thing that was like really holding me up there. I took a couple deaths that I probably couldn't have, but it would have been entertaining for the marathon, so... Thanks for the exclamation points. Whew. Alright, well... let's see if the next seed makes for a better VOD or a worse VOD. Let's just hop right into it, huh? I mean, that's not a